What is your relationship like with Hussein Fatal? And what was it like when he was here?
First of all, man, that's kind of like a crazy topic, man. That the brother and I had shared some real deep conversations, man. And every time I think about him, I was just telling my homeboy the other day, yesterday, Rebel, I was like, man, the conversations me and the brother had, we had big plans, man. He kept telling me, man, when I get through with this Keisha Cole stuff, me and you, man, gonna finish up what we had to do. And I'm just still kind of bothered, man. You know, it just too many people dying, man. That was like close to me, and I'm just now getting on the verge of trying to get somewhere, man. And so, I mean, just still missing the brother, man. But you know, I'm gonna hold it down for him. You know, I didn't get a chance to know him as long as everybody else. We built, man. We stayed on the phone. Even like right before, you know, his transition, he was talking a little bit, you know, about losing his uncle and, you know, different stuff like that. But the biggest thing, man, the brother was moving more to a revolutionary mindset that you know, that I respect about him. I always liked him as an MC. I liked all the Outlaws.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, I miss the brother, man.
So, speaking of the Outlaws, so what's your position with them, and how did the Thug Life movement come to be with you and your part in it?
Well, I wouldn't, you know, I was rapping during that time, but I wasn't a part of that, the first resurrection of the movement.
Right.
In that aspect, I was doing my own thing out here in Houston, still doing it. How I got associated with the Outlaw movement, one day I was on Twitter, and I seen a message come across Twitter from Young Noble from the Outlaws. Okay. So I was like, man, is this shit spam? And I was like, I'm finna send this dude a message, man, and see if he respond back. So sure enough, the brother was putting together like a mixtape, Outlaw Nation kind of, not exposing, but kind of giving light to other artists, man, that's, you know, down with the movement. Sure enough, the brother called me back, say, man, this what it is. So we talked a little bit. I told him, I'm like, man, I'm from the South, man, don't get me mixed up with the rest of these dudes, man. I'm on some real MC conscious type shit. He said, nah, but it's all good. I'm gonna sing you something hot. So we did that first song, man, Darkest Corner. I mean, y'all can still go look. Yeah, it's called Darkest Corner, man.
Now, what is that title? And how did that title come to be?
Man, to be honest with you, I heard a song that Pac did back in the day, and I think, and I don't quote me on this, but I think Noble was really trying to relive that feeling when Pac did it. And I was just blessed to be a part of the song with him. You know, of course, I invested in the movement, which, you know, that's what artists need to understand, man. You don't just get shit free.
Exactly.
I mean, you gotta invest in yourself. So why not invest in the movement that was surrounded around Pac, man? And then too, Noble, man, was one of my favorite ones out of the Outlaws. I liked them all, but you know, like, you know, I had my favorites. Noble, I like Gaddafi, Hussein Fatal. They all had their own select style. Castro, just Eddie. Yeah. Just depending on what, you know, what I was feeling during that day.
Indeed.
But and here I am now, man. I mean, you check on Twitter, you check on social networking. I mean, anytime somebody tweets something, they include me, Northside Outlaw, and that's just what it is.
So Northside Outlaw is basically, it is another branch of what they're doing.
It's an extension.
It's an extension.
It's an extension, man. I'm a part of the second resurrection of the movement, because you never can shit on those who paved the way for you. So I'm complimenting the movement and taking it to where it needs to go. I guess they kind of say I'm the hothead, but I'm the revolutionary piece to the outlaw movement, man. You know, working in conjunction, you know, with the brothers who've been holding it down, man, you know, for a long time.
When you see this movement heading in the next say, year or two?
Next year or two? If I got anything to do, well, actually I do have something to do with it, but I'm trying to realign it back to what Pac really wanted done, man.
Right.
You know, I ain't just talking about no music, man. I'm talking about getting our people to collectively start working, man, and building community centers, doing what Pac really wanted done. That was just wasn't just music, it was beyond that.
Right.
You know, it's kind of odd. Of all the people, man, you know, here I am, a dude from Texas, you know, being able to explain myself through music and latch on to what, you know, Pac really wanted, man. You know, somebody was telling me the other day, man, if Pac met you, you probably would have been one of the real. I already know I would have been, because our spirits are so similar,
Yeah.
you know, but, you know, it didn't happen that way, so what better way to keep the movement going than latch on with the brothers who, you know, was blessed to be amongst them. So that's just what it is. Man, I should have shaved for this interview, but it's all good.
You good. It's the raw.
Yes, sir.
And real, you know. Okay. Now, in terms of the new project you're working on, Hells of Northside.
Hells of North America.
North America.
I mean, if you study the lessons, we already know about the Hells of North America. So the Hells of North America, the way I spell it, North, because I'm from the North, even though the South Side actually put me on, you know, that's a subject for another time, because I want them to know it was the South Side of Houston that put me on, even though I rep the North, but I rep hip hop, I rep movement. So the Hells of North America is just a combination or a collaboration with all the MCs I fuck with out here. The ones that never get exposed because they think everybody in Houston on some bullshit.
Right.
You know, so that's basically what the Hells of North America. It should have came out last year, but this whole deal, you know, I mean, man, I'm telling you, with the deal with Fatal, we had Suicide Rule, we had Mazzo Jones, from all the people that was connected with helping me put this thing together, they all, you know, deceased. You know, Zen included. You know, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace
to Zen, man. You know, that's something we still trying to deal with. But Hells of North America, just collaboration with me and the MCs that I respect, that, you know, never get noticed, man.
Speaking of the artists who never get noticed, can you name some of the artists you're working with, or who you work with, or who you enjoy working with?
Sure. You mean in Houston or just
abroad or in Houston? You can start with Houston.
I mean, outside of I'm just gonna keep it real, man. I mean, outside of the true hip hop heads here in Houston, I don't really fool with too many other rappers. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of the MCs, Cashmere Dunn.
Peace D Rose.
Peace D Rose. Let me see. Man, the list goes on, man. Damn, man, I don't even know where to start.
There's so many.
It's so many.
It's so many. We got some hitters out here.
I'll be all day, but I've done some collaboration. I don't want to put them all out there yet, because if I tell everybody who's gonna be on it, then it steers away from the anticipation.
There you go.
I fuck with Nayat, if I said that correctly.
Yeah, some people say Nayat, some people say the Niyat.
The Niyat, but
either way, we know what you mean.
Yeah, them brothers are cold, man. So that's I will say those two right now. Of course, I'm gonna get the Outlaws to do some stuff. Country, De La Rosa. And then also, I'm collaborating with a lot of UK artists. Big up to Fonzie Neutron, who been holding it down. He's with No Limit Outlaws. More recently, we just put out a song with myself, what's his name, Eastwood, and Crazy from the 504 boys. So that's a banger. So I'm just collaborating with those people, man, that's really down with this thing, man, and you know, ain't doing that old popcorn, fruity ass shit, man. So it's just what it is.
Now, from what I understand, you dealt with some turbulence in terms of dealing with cancer, and
Oh yeah.
my understanding, you've overcome it. And how was that?
Be honest with you, man, the whole cancer thing caught me off guard, man. I always been in tip-top shape, even in my military days as a Marine. And one day, I went to get my regular physical, man, and they told me that my PSA level was high, so they went to check me further. Come to find out, me, Mr. Tip-top shape, Mr. Eat Right, was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And that was last year in March. Since then, I had a procedure done called robotic prostatectomy. And this is what I was told, that I was one of the youngest guys. That normally prostate don't really bother you till later, but I was one of the youngest veterans being treated at the hospital at that time.
Yeah.
So, you know, they removed my prostate. I'm still good. Yeah. Because normally when you remove it, everything else go with it, but that's just not the case.
Yeah.
Allah seen fit to bless me, and right now I'm good. I'm 100%. My PSA is .001, so no cancer in my body. All praises due to Allah.
All praises due to the Creator, to Allah. Okay. I think that about wraps it up. Do you have any last anything you want to leave with the people in terms of what would you leave with the people? What would you want them to remember you by?
Well, I mean, remember me as a brother, man, who stood for truth, man. I've been consistent for a long time, man. Get behind the brothers, man, and sisters who are serious about revolution and changing the foolishness and getting rid of the foolishness, man. Support those who are serious about the resurrection of God's people, not just black people, but God's people in general, who are serious about the liberation of a righteous nation. And with that being said, man, remember Hussein Fatal. I'm gonna bring it on my project, man. So if I say some stuff, I'm talking based upon how I feel, man. Cause I still can't believe the whole deal about the accident. I could have touched on that, but I mean maybe that's for a later time, man. Cause I'm still kind of iffy behind that too. But it is what it is, man. I'ma still hold the torch, man. Thug Entertainment, North America. That's how we doing it.
Good.
So you covered all of it.